A guy gave 100 disposable cameras to homeless people and then showcased the breathtaking results. When Pastor Jason Williamson set out to raise awareness for the homeless in his community, he decided to incorporate his love for photography. But instead of making the homeless the subjects of the photos, he gave them cameras and let them take their own pictures. Thus, the Through Our Eyes project was born. In the summer of 2016, 100 Fujifilm quick-snap cameras were given out to people who are living on the streets, in a local shelter, or are otherwise affected by homelessness in Spartanburg, SC, in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Since then, the project has expanded to other cities in the US. Many other photographers were inspired by the Through Our Eyes project and have led their own projects in other states and countries. The project has also expanded to reach outside the homeless population to other groups of people with unique stories to share who also need encouragement and hope. 100 cameras are handed out, along with basic instructions for using the camera and tips for taking photos. Photographers then return the cameras 5 days later, where they receive a meal and gifts from volunteers. If they like, they can also enter their photos into a contest. A team of judges review each photograph based on image quality, composition, subject matter, and storytelling. The top entries are then displayed at a month-long art show in a gallery for the community to interact with. These photos are some of the winners. The storytelling is a particularly poignant part of these pictures. The photographers are encouraged to name and describe their photos, and it offers a powerful glimpse into the lives of the homeless. This photo by T. Jones is titled Joy. They captioned it, "My daughter just seemed happy regardless of the situation we're in. I teach her to be grateful for what she has and not worry about what we don't have." This image is titled Pain Free. Photographer Donald Edwards described it with an uplifting message. "I was going through a lot. Sometimes you have to go through things in order to get closer to God." These eye-opening stories from people living in poverty really put things in perspective. It's easy to get swept up in the problems we face day to day. It's easy to forget how lucky you are in so many regards. Shaquila Ellis describes how she will always hope for a brighter day. "I wanted to show people what it's like being at SPIHN, a shelter, and going from church to stay." These photos are truly eye-opening about what it's like living without a place to call home. Roderick Miller showcases that being homeless doesn't mean you have to be alone. He shows the love and joy an animal can bring to those in need of cheering up. Chris is more of a cat person, but he was getting along so well with Diamond. What makes the bond between Diamond and her new owners even more special is that the fact that Diamond recently became homeless herself. They were all able to help each other. Diamond was a rescue dog. Her owners kicked her out of a moving car, and my friend Chris and I have been taking care of her for a month. The local pet store gave us 20 pounds of food for her. Melinda Clark explained the heartbreak of some of the homeless. This picture represents how there are sometimes people who make mistakes and are shunned for them. She explains, "The man's family lives in a house, but the man lives in the shed. No matter what you do in your life, your family should forgive you." There's a lot you learn from being homeless. Stephen Daly points out how, unfortunately, it's disgusting. "This is a light in my one-room apartment and there's roaches in the light. I've been in there for about 6 months. These roaches are even swimming in the toilet." Here's another tale that reminds us to not take anything for granted. Photographer Deborah Hinu describes the meaning behind her image, "Change for a donut." "Oh, I had to get a donut. This was my reward for working hard. I hadn't been working for 20 years, but I'm working again. My abilities are much greater than my disabilities." These images help us imagine what it'd be like to walk a mile in their shoes. Photographer Tanya Lee gave us a POV shot of what that'd look like to take a walk in our shoes. She detailed the inspiration behind this shot. "I was walking up the road and that's what I saw. It was truly not planned, but it's how a lot of people get around." Hopefully, we will soon find a way to end homelessness. Until then, the Through Our Eyes project will continue the amazing work they do. They do an amazing service by showing the world what life is like through a different point of view.